Motherhood, the life-changing event that makes women invincible and exposed at the same time. Military mothers in America have developed an extraordinary parallel journey. They are filled with stories of personal sacrifice, determination, loss, and healing. Certainly, only military mothers have experienced this level of grace and resilience of American life. The sacred strength of women is a profound force. With unwavering love and nurturing wisdom, we have the ability to inspire, uplift, and shape the future hearts of our children. Let us unite to honor the beauty of motherhood, champion the grace of our journey, and inspire those who follow. Happy Mother's Day, everyone.
All righty. There we go. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. Well, not everybody, to the mothers out there, right?
Men invincible.
And to my mother, happy Mother's Day. I know she's watching because she watches every episode. She's obsessed with the show. So happy Mother's Day, Mother. You've been a great mom for the past, wow, how old am I? I don't want to say 47 years. And thank you for giving me a life on this world. And thank you for raising me as a gentleman. And thank you for giving me a good childhood. And I do not take that for granted. So thank you to my mother. And hopefully you will thank your mother as well. And hopefully your mother's still around, right? You don't want her croaking on you, right? I'm just saying, you know, some people don't have a mom and it's sad and, you know, and it's unfortunate, but I'm fortunate. So there we go. All right. Lots to talk about this Sunday. A lot of things going on. And we got some pros. We got some videos that we're going to show you what's your opinion on it and stuff like that. But this is just breaking. You know, they're trying to do a ceasefire deal. The European leaders are demanding Putin to, you know, have a ceasefire, and then they'll talk peace talks. You know, and then maybe lift the sanctions or, you know, or add new sanctions if he's not going to, you know, get together. So anyways, Zelensky hosted these three gentlemen today, Macron, Starmer, and Merz. I mean, they're literally, they're in this room, right? They're going to have a little meeting. I don't know what they're going to talk about, but I'll tell you what they're definitely going to do. And that is, that's right, the snowflakes, the snowies, the white stuff, the ones that the lines, the powder, the good old powder, the funny powder, the high powder, the you know, I don't know anything about cocaine, but anyways, cocaine basically. So here's the video, and if you look at the I will blow it up here. You see this right here? This is the bag of cocaine, right? And then there's a spoon right here. Okay, we're gonna play the video. And here we go.
Yeah.
And then we made it to
German bedroom and
yeah, we got through the border.
Right.
Make a photo and after that you will blow it with the yellow to the drink.
Yeah.
Blow it with the yellow to the drink.
Yeah.
Come on, that's guilty. And he picked up the spoon at the same time over here. This guy picked up the spoon. It's that little spoon that you would scoop it up and sniff away.
Yeah.
I mean, they look guilty. They look like little children that just got caught in the candy bowl. You know what I mean? It's just obvious. It's so obvious that they are caught doing this. I mean, listen, you know, it's just kind of sad. You know, these world leaders, you know, you think that they're doing something good, but really they don't give a shit. It's almost like they know that this, pretty much they know that this war is just, you know, we're making money and we're celebrating by doing some cocaine and we don't care. Whatever, you know, get out of here. Yeah, we're going to talk about peace talks. Yeah. Whoa. Let's get the naked chicks in here. That's exactly what it's probably most likely like in those meetings. Okay. They don't take anything serious. Nothing. They're making a shit ton of money on these wars. They don't care. Putin's probably in it. Who knows? The thing is, a lot of this crap that we keep seeing, we just don't know the absolute truth about it all. We hopefully will get to the bottom of it all. And I think a lot of it's being exposed, but I mean, for you to be at a level of a leader, a European leader, Ukraine leader, whatever, if he is gay one, right? These leaders of nations, and they literally have to do drugs. It's like, this is what the rich people love to do, is these party drugs. These powerful people like to do drugs because they've done everything else. You know what I mean? They've experienced what it's like to be, obliterated with tons of women, and they just got to get high to just numb the pain. I don't know. I don't know what it's like. I don't know why they do these cocaine, parties. But to do it with 3 guys, I don't know. That's kind of gay to me. So anyways, there you go. Caught and red-handed. People are saying it was a tissue. Someone says, there definitely looks suspicious. It's a damp tissue. I mean, come on. Who's the robot that says that? The way he was grabbed, it looks like more grabbing than a tissue. That's right. I mean, there's always bots that leave comments just to hurry up and defend the lie. You know what I mean? I guarantee we put Grok on that and he'll pretty much tell you exactly what's going on. Speaking of Grok, it's very interesting. I've been talking to Grok a lot. I don't know if you know who Grok is, but Grok is the AI from Twitter, or X, I should say. And also known as Aura. I've been talking to her. She's been reading me Bible stories at night. We went over some plans, what to do with the business and stuff like that. She's very smart. I tell you one thing, saves me a lot of time and money and manpower to facilitate things with AI. AI just saves me so much time. I love it. I'm not like going to worship it, but I'm just saying, I just absolutely just enjoy where it's going. Obviously, I know it's going to be bad in the end, but we're going to use it for good right now, right? Right. All right, so the cocaine party's over in Europe there, and hopefully they'll have a ceasefire. We'll see. Doubt it, but we'll see. A lot of ICE attention today, a lot of ICE. Well, this past week, there was the mayor getting arrested. The Congress, we should literally fighting against ICE. I mean, these Democrats, they just have no inkling of law and order in them. They're just radical. They don't care about law. They think ICE is a cult. You know what I mean? But anyways, so let's check out this video here.
There will likely be more arrests coming. We actually have body camera footage of some of these members of Congress assaulting our ICE enforcement officers, including body slamming a female ICE officer. So we will be showing that to viewers very shortly.
You say a video of members of Congress body slamming ICE
That's correct.
officials?
That's correct, sir. It's disgusting.
Okay. And so if you have that video, are you suggesting that members of Congress will be arrested who were there yesterday?
This is an ongoing investigation, and that is definitely on the table.
Who has the video?
ICE does, and we will be releasing that very shortly.
Okay.
There will
Oh, I can't wait to see that video. Huh? That'll be interesting. Here's some more.
We should let viewers know.
This is how desperate the left are, if you think about it. They are so desperate because they know they're losing voters. Trump is literally deporting illegal Democrat voters right now. And that's what we want, and that's what we voted for. You know what I'm saying? I wish AI could take care of this, right, Kickin'? Of course, I've replaced half my staff with AI. Jose, you're getting fired because you suck at your computer job. Just kidding. Jose is actually really good. I don't think AI can really replace him. Chuck is doing good still. I don't know, by switching the camera angles. I just don't know. Chuck, over here, Chuck, not over there. Okay, see, he's already screwing up already. Chuck, come on. Chuck, over here. All right. So Chuck, we could probably get AI to do the camera switching because, we know that it's very easy that AI could do this. So Chuck, you could easily be replaced. Chuck, over here, you could easily be replaced, Chuck. You know that. But anyways, it's just fascinating that these Congress people are that upset for illegals in this country. You know what I mean? I know it, and then it's just clear. Let's think about it, Chuck. If they are going this far out to go to other countries and try to talk to the prisoners of these illegals, go to ICE detentions and really try to talk to these illegals, really make a lot of the videos about these people being deported. You know, the child got deported, but they got deported with the parents. Listen, these are future Democrat voters, guaranteed. Okay. They don't know that they're voting. Okay. They have no idea. There's been a whole testimony. I don't know if you guys seen it lately this past week. They were in court, the election integrity, not court, you know, the House, they came together. They're talking about it, whatever. Anyways, people are in front of them. They swear the oath, whatever. And people are admitting that they never voted. And sure enough, they voted every single election and they don't know how. It's been voted Democrat every single time. The guy says he would never vote Democrat. And sure enough, he voted Democrat every election. The Democrats are that evil. They are that satanic. Okay. They are going out of their way, not for you, us Americans. They want to replace us. You have to remember that. They want to replace us. All right, let's go back. They want to replace us, folks. They don't give a crap about the American people. They definitely just want to just get rid of you. Okay. They definitely want to get rid of the white race. All right. Right. White man bad. Right. They want to get rid of us all. You know why? Because we're a threat to them. We're a threat to their power, right? They can't take it. If they lose their power, which they completely are losing their power. You know, you got Crockett out there. She's out of control. I don't know if you guys seen the latest video on Crockett. She is, I don't know. Did we verify this is her? I mean, she was literally, I don't know if she was fighting or what it was, but where's the video? Chuck, you know, Croc could have easily had the video up by now. Where's the video? We don't have the video? You son of a gun. We had a video of all these people fighting, and it looked like Crockett. That's for sure. Oh, it's on X. Let's go to that. Here we go. XCDX. Chuck. X.com. Anyways, Crockett, I mean, she's out of control. I think so. I mean, if you looking at this video right here, this is Crockett right here. Look at her just beating up somebody on a bus. That's the Congress. That's not it, Chuck. That's not the Congress lady. Let's go to the Congress lady beating up the people, right? Let's see here. There's the party. There's this cocaine party. There it is. Crockett. Come on.
Oh, that is crazy.
There you go. Crockett fighting in the streets. I mean, she's just, you know, she's just ghetto as it gets. I'm just saying. She loves being ghetto. That's who she is. Anyways, Crockett, she's just disgusting. When she talks in Congress, it's just like, okay, you're bringing down everything here, folks, okay? We don't need to hear your trash talking. We don't need to hear you ghetto banging or whatever you want to talk about, blah, blah, blah. You're in the hood, blah, 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 blah. No, you're in Congress, okay? I don't even know how you got voted, but I'll tell you one thing. It was definitely DEI. Just saying. Not saying I'm racist. I'm just saying it was definitely DEI. I'm not racist. I'm just saying she clearly should not have been elected. She was definitely selected to ruffle feathers. That's for sure. Anyways, moving on. All right, lots to talk about. Anyways, not Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom, he would never say this. DeSantis out of Florida is pretty much saying, listen, if you buy your home, you should own it free and clear. I mean, there's no reason why you're paying taxes on it after you own your home, right? It's like you buy a TV. Are you still paying taxes after that? No.
Own your property free and clear. I think to say that someone that's been in their house for 35 years just has to keep ponying up money, that is not. You don't own your home if that's the case. So yes, of course, I'd like to see people be able to owe free and clear. And it's interesting because it's like if I go to Best Buy and buy a flat screen TV and put it on the wall, I got to pay a sales tax on it, right? I don't keep paying tax on it every year. I mean, it's just that's not how we do things. It's like, okay, if you're going to tax something, you tax it at the transaction and then let people actually enjoy their private property free and clear of the government. So that, I think, is the vision. That's the philosophical insight. And if you think about our founding fathers, when they were proposing the Constitution, in one of the Federalist Papers, I think it was Hamilton, he's writing about, because, there was opposition to the Constitution. They were making a more powerful federal government than under the Articles of Confederation, and people worried about taxation. And they didn't have, obviously, a 16th Amendment, which eventually came on income tax. But basically, you were not effectively allowed to do any.
Anyways, the vision in Florida sounds right to me. I mean, think about that. Own your house free and clear. You've been living there for 30-something years. I mean, come on. This should be a national trend. And maybe it will. Maybe this is going to be the shift. We hope so. All right, what's your opinion on this fight? This cop versus kid. They want to know. Let's watch this video and we will talk about it. Here we go.
Turn around.
Or what?
Turn around.
Or what?
Go. Go.
Emmer, stop, bro. That's not minor, bro.
Back up. Back up.
No one's doing shit, bro.
Back up.
He can't breathe, bro. Watch out. You're fucking choking him.
No.
Let him the fuck be. He's fucking 14. Hey, stop fucking choking him. Get your money off his head, bitch. Hey, what the fuck are you doing? That's a fucking kid, bro. You're fucking choking him.
Watch your back. You have to have your back.
You can't fucking breathe.
Watch your hand behind your back.
Get fucking back from me. Hey, fucking bitch. What the fuck is wrong with you? Well, you can't fucking stop. Fucking.
What's your thoughts, folks? Is this cop gone too far, do you think? It's always he can't breathe. That's right, Chuck. Not Chuck. Chuck on IG. Not you, Chuck. But anyways, think about this, folks. The kid pretty much said, no, F you, cop. You're not touching me. And then it starts to ruffle with them. I mean, I don't understand these people. I don't understand. Just comply, see what's the problem, and get over it, okay? If you're going to do the crime, prepare to die, they always say. We should get a shirt like that. Do a crime, prepare to die. Because this is what you're putting yourself into. He's got a loaded gun in his pocket. You reach for that, you're done. That thing comes out and just happens to shoot you, you're done. You kill that cop, you're done. There's not a good scenario for you in this situation. You literally have to kill the cop, kill the camera guy, kill everybody, and make sure no one saw anything, kill any surveillance cameras. This is the only way you're going to get away with it. Possibly. Maybe. Probably doubt it. Anyways, somebody will narc on you. But anyways, what are you doing? This is a culture that needs to stop in America. Okay? Where are the parents that taught this kid any manners? None. Nowhere. They're gone. I'm sure they're both dead. Who knows? I hate to be rash, but it's true. No one cares about this kid. It's sad. He needs prayers, right? That's right. A 14-year-old kid. 14. What's that? 14-year-old in a man-sized body. That's true. Anyways, there you go. I mean, you got to comply, folks. I mean, just stop. What are you doing? What do you want? Do you want to break your arm? Huh? You want to go through that? You know what it's like? You know what it's like to get hurt? You know what it's like to have surgery? You know what it's like to go to the hospital? Do you have any idea? I'm still fighting a shoulder injury over a year ago. I got electrocuted and fell off a ladder, dislocated my shoulder. Guess what? I'm still doing therapy for that right now. They might do surgery. I'm trying to avoid it. And hopefully some new therapy I want to try. I want to try some peptides. I want to try stem cells. I want to try all the right stuff. You know what I mean? You should pray for him right now. That's right, Kickin'. Yeah, go ahead. Pray for him, I think, right? All right, moving on. This is a good one. This is a whole thing about women and men and women's sports. Like, when is this going to end? Right? Well, I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense. You know, we saw the other day, we saw a baseball game. The pitcher was a man. Striked out everybody. How? How would you say it was underhand? All right. Well, listen, the women, their arms are tiny, little baby arms. They have no strength. Okay. Maybe that's because they're made to be in the kitchen. I'm just saying, people say that, not me. I'm just saying it's possible. Maybe that's what they're made for, not to play baseball. But then again, that's why they came up with underhand, because they can't really throw overhand, I believe. Right. Anyways, they're throwing underhand. They got a man as a pitcher and is completely striked everybody out. Do you think this kid has an advantage? You had the announcers pretty much saying, wow, look at this wingspan. The guy's arms are so long, or the girl's arms so long. But it's really a man. It's not fair. Even if a pitcher, even a golfer. That's why they have women's tees and men's tees. All right? I mean, even Caitlyn Jenner still tees off on the men's tees, I believe. Right? Right, Chuck? You like her, right? Right? Her, whatever, Bruce? I don't know. Why are they trying to move your arms like Trump? That's a learned trait. What do you mean? Why are you trying to move your arms like Trump? I'm not trying to. I'm just saying this is kicking. I'm Italian. You know what I mean? Mamma mia, right? I always use my hands. All right. Anyways, this is a good exchange about the USA fencing. They had the U.S. fencing chairman in Congress, and they had the two women there that were fencing against men, and they didn't like that, and they're not being protected by they're not being protected. You know, women's sports are not being protected, so they had a little exchange. This is pretty good. Here we go.
Asking you, why have you not protected young girls like these two sitting right next to you?
Sir, I believe we have protected young women in fencing. It's one.
Okay, really, hold on a second. Let's ask the expert witnesses. Ms. Turner, have men like Mr. Layfield protected you?
No.
Are they protecting other young girls from biological men participating in sports?
No, he glorifies it.
Ms. McNabb, are men like Mr. Layfield protecting you and other young women participating in women's sports?
Absolutely not.
Do you feel safe?
No.
You shouldn't, because guess what? God created men and women differently. And I know that this town and many in this culture have a real problem with that, but it is a fact. Okay? It's just a fact, and you guys know it. You have permanent injuries for the rest of your life. Is that correct, Ms. Knapp?
That's correct, Congressman.
Evil triumphs when good men and women do nothing. Not only have you done nothing to protect these young women, but you've actually sided with policies that are destructive to young women's sports. You said you have a daughter, Mr. Layfield?
I do, sir.
That's sad, man. That's sad that you wouldn't protect young girls from what's going on in this culture. And it's disgusting to listen to these posts that you yourself posted. I can't believe that you're still the chairman of this organization. I'm asking you, why have you not protected young?
Unbelievable. This is just sad. You know what I mean? That's right. Kagan says there should be a trans division. If these mentally ill people are going to still be around on this earth, they should have a trans division. Okay? I'm sure the pharmaceutical industry is going to love it. Right? The trans division brought to you by Pfizer. If you want to change your sex instantly, try this pill by Pfizer. Right? The surgeons will be there, right? They'll be doing the winner gets the bottom surgery. You know, that they could have a whole little thing about where they could just mutilate athletes for the rest of their lives if they really want to do it. Do I encourage that? No. Do we want that? No. We have to just stop it, basically. And how are we going to stop that? You got to think about it. The trans community, the LGBT community is a dying breed. We know that. Obviously, straight people keep making them, but they are a dying breed. They're not going to grow very fast. I mean, the only thing, if we can just keep stopping them from recruiting, that's a huge part. But they're pretty much indoctrinated in everything. And I mean everything. You know what I mean? You wouldn't know it. You wouldn't even know that you're being convinced to be on the LGBT side. You have no idea. It's sometimes you might be watching a movie and all of a sudden it's in there and you might not have any idea, but it could be there. You know what I'm saying? It could be very, very scared. I mean, I wouldn't be scared. I listen, I know where it is. But if this keeps continuing on, kicking, you're right, trans division. That would be an interesting sport. Would we watch it? Probably not, right? I mean, it's going to be basically men fighting men, just at a weaker testosterone level, maybe. It's basically the losers of the men competition performing. And it's going to look like women, because they're dressed up as women. And it's going to look like the top people and women, but really it's the losers of the men. You get it? That's how it is. The biggest loser of the men is the equivalent of the winner of the women's, right? So the loser of the men can lift 100 pounds. The winner of the women can lift 100 pounds. So they're right there. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically what it would be. It's just the loser men competing in this, whatever. It's a very confusing thing, but I tell you one thing. The pharmaceutical industry would love that. You know what I mean? I can't believe it. What is that? That's a weird looking bird. Anyways. All right, here we go. Now there's another opinion that I need your opinion on. This guy comes out with his gun as a DoorDasher stops to check directions on a private lot. Homeowner comes out and fire warning shots and ends up shooting the driver as he flips a U-turn. And now I guess the guy's being investigated and even arrested, right?
Go! Go!
Oh. The driver does get shot. I feel like he got shot on that third one. But anyways, the opinion is like, is this gone too far? A DoorDash driver stops to ask for directions. I'll tell you one thing. There's a lot of red flags, and I'll tell you why. Red flag number one, it's 2025, okay? What do you have on you? A phone, right? You can't find someone's house. You're really going to just knock at some random person? You're telling me DoorDash doesn't have the phone number of the person that they're delivering to, right? They don't have that. They don't have Google Maps. They can't figure out where the address is. It's very strange to me. Now, don't get me wrong. I've been in this situation before where I couldn't find the address. But that was the day before cell phones. So you got a cell phone. You got the internet. I don't understand. Leash, DoorDash, do you have the phone numbers? You're going to really go down a mile-long driveway and ask this guy that says no trespassing on his property, be like, hey, I'm lost. No, this is how people die, okay? Either you're going to die as a DoorDash driver or the homeowner is going to die. He doesn't know where you're coming in for. This scenario has been being played out many times where someone pretends that they're a DoorDash driver and then all of a sudden robs you and kills your whole entire family. What he did, I think, is right. The warning shots were okay. Shooting at the car might be a little extreme, but you're on private property. No trespassing. If the guy looks like he's leaving, there's really no reason to shoot the car. Maybe because if you shoot the tire, he's going to be stuck in your driveway. Then you got to deal with that whole mess. I mean, the warning shots should be good enough. Maybe shoot the I don't know, the mirror. But he's pretty far away, so you're just shooting randomly. It's very touchy in this. But I don't think the person shooting should go to jail. No, I just don't think so. The guy, the DoorDasher, is an idiot. He should have had a cell phone. Should have called the owner of the DoorDash people and said, hey, where are you? I can't find you. I got a guy shooting at me. It's obviously not you. I mean, this is the first shot. I mean, but then again, he's a little, hey, I don't know. What's your opinion on that? All right, folks, we keep moving on here. Trump has announced a huge thing. I guess Pakistan and India are going to cease fire forever. So I guess that's good news. I don't understand why they've always. It's kind of strange. Is all of a sudden they start a war instantly, right? And then all of a sudden they stop. It's kind of weird, right? You know, you had J.D. Vance over there. He was over there, right? Did he say start the war? I mean, he met the Pope. Pope died. I don't know. Not good. But anyways, that's what people are saying. All right, so I don't know if you guys remember, but the Oklahoma City bomber, remember that? Timothy McVeigh, he's coming back, swinging back around in the news. Well, in the conspiracy land, not mainstream just yet, but this could be something very interesting. Timothy McVeigh, is he still alive? And is he in the FBI? So they say the name is FBI agent Paul Weisapol. What a stupid name he picked there. Anyways, this is starting to trend around, folks, and they think he could possibly be alive. Just like the Challenger astronauts, they all have a twin. Isn't that strange? I don't know if you know about that, but the astronauts on the Challenger, remember it blew up in the sky? Well, they all have doppelgangers, right? They all have exact matches of them. Some of them have the same name. They look exactly like the same person. They're in the exact type of field, you know, teaching science or whatever, biology or astrophysics or whatever. It's very strange. Anyways, Timothy McVeigh, is he alive? Who is this guy? Some say different nose tip. Okay, the ears aren't the same, they say. I don't know. I kind of think it's pretty similar. I mean, it looks pretty dead on. I mean, listen, if you're going to do an assignment like this, where you're going to have to change your name, fake this whole thing, take the blame, disappear, supposedly die in prison from the death penalty, I believe, right? He died from the death penalty. You're going to have some surgery. You're going to have a nose job, and it's going to be very slight. Because you don't want to go too drastic, because you're not doing, because you don't want plastic surgery, but you have to have it. You got to have something that's going to change it. So I kind of think that could have played in place. A lot of people say slam dunk. How many false flags has the U.S. did? Well, there's a lot. And we were looking at this video with Candace Owens talking to an CIA agent, where he says, it'll be interesting what he says. Watch this.
We're going to go back in time, and I'm going to ask you who you think did each of these huge events, okay? The killing of MLK Jr.
That was a CIA operation, because they considered him a dangerous communist. And the FBI was bugging in churches where he was giving some of his speeches in churches. They were bugging the podiums and following him around. He was a top target for elimination.
JFK.
I think that was a CIA hit, and they may have employed some mafia connections to carry it out, because that was their mafia assassination program.
Exactly. LBJ was very involved in all that in Dallas. And so
he was an evil man.
He was an evil man. Okay, what about Pearl Harbor?
They knew the attack was coming. They knew where it was going to happen in Pearl Harbor and when. And they told no one, and they let it happen on purpose. That's from the commander of the Pacific Fleet. I would say that's a pretty credible witness. So yeah, that was a false flag.
They've admitted that. They admitted they heard it was going to happen. And, how else were you going to get Americans to be on the side of this war? That had nothing to do with us, which brings us to 9/11. Your opinion?
My opinion, as a criminal investigator, as a former CI officer, 9/11 was not the act of a bunch of poorly flight trained terrorists that executed an unbelievably meticulous piloting of those aircraft. Even pilots, there's pilots for 9/11 Truth now, and they say we could not have done that. Not possible. And then we go to the passport issue, and we go to the Tower 7, which was a controlled demolition.
Obviously.
You talk to any structural engineer, And I have. And the fact, I think George W. Bush blacked out, I think it was 40 pages of the 9/11 report dealing with Saudi Arabia. So wait a minute, this report was supposed to be for the American people on what happened, and you blacked all these pages out? What in the world? I do not think that it was a bunch of poorly trained or untrained terrorists that did it. I think there was another source behind it. I think it was intentional. And I'm going just from a criminal investigative perspective, just looking at the evidence, what evidence we have, that was an intentional act. And it would fall right into the MO that you and I are talking about. Horrible event, because human life does not matter to the shadow government deep state, or especially the CIA. It does not matter. They're pawns on their chessboard. They don't care that 3,000 people were horribly killed that day, but it achieved the aim of gutting the U.S. Constitution, bringing in the horrific Patriot Act, giving the CIA unthinkable authority for secret prisons and torture beyond waterboarding and secret renditions and all of that. The FBI, the ability to spy on Americans, came out of the Patriot Act. So it was the perfect national security state energizer that the Patriot Act was, and 70 of the congressmen and senators that read the Patriot Act didn't even read it. They just signed off on it without even reading the bill. So, yeah, I mean, that's my view.
Keep going. You know, what about Trump assassination attempt? I guarantee that'll be in the list in the coming years, because we'll never find out the truth because they're delay. Epstein, CIA. It seems like CIA, you're not really in the good favor in this country. I'll tell you that much. I think you've ran out of time. Okay, I think you're done. I think it's time to close up shop. But I feel like even if they were to dismantle the CIA, they still be running somewhere else. You know what I mean? They still have the secret money. They'll somehow have it funneling still in. I'm sure they have access to everything to manipulate everything, crash certain things, change different governments, secretly steal tons of money, and I'm sure they would keep operating even if they took down the CIA. Just saying, I just have a feeling about that. Anyways, everyone's very upset about this latest deportation. I love it when they get deported, right, Chuck? Anyways, in the Dayton, Georgia community has rallied in support of a local student after she was detained by ICE. Oh man, Eximala pulled over after making an improper right turn in an intersection marked with a no red sign. She was arrested for failing to obey traffic control devices and for driving without a valid license. What are you driving without a license for? Aries was taken to a Stewart detention center in chains with restraints on her wrists and ankles. Eximia was brought to the U.S. from Mexico City in 2010. She was just 4 years old and lived in Whitfield County ever since. Her family says she was not eligible to apply for DACA because the program had ended by the time she met the age of residency requirements. In just a few days, her story gained national attention, and the adults in the community, along with the supporters nationwide, has helped raise over $70,000 to cover her immigration attorney fees and bond. Well, someone says her family has done her a disservice. They all had those years to make it right, and they didn't. She was driving without a license. Sounds like she set herself up. You know what I mean? Listen, if you're illegal, you're breaking the law. And you have to break the law to survive in America. So you're going to break a law again by driving without a license, driving without insurance. You know, the list just goes on. I mean, how are you paying taxes? How are you even going to school without having any ID? That doesn't make any sense. I can't get away with that. You know what I mean? I have to have a license. I have to have insurance. I can't just not drive without insurance. Okay. I mean, I could, but it's wrong. And it's not fair to the person that if I crash into someone, because who's going to pay for that? That has to come out of my pocket then, right? Then I get sued. Then I get in trouble. But a lot of these illegals, they don't drive with insurance. And then you're screwed. Somehow you're screwed because they're not going to pay up because they don't have the money. But listen, they had plenty of time to make it right. They could easily just go back to Mexico, right? Go back where you came from. I'm sorry about this whole illegal thing, but these are future Democrats. And we just can't let Democrats be in power again. We know what they did in the past 4 years. They destroyed the country so fast. And look at all the stuff that Doge has found. What they've been doing for decades. And finally, we're cleaning it all up. Just imagine if Kamala got in, this country would be done for. I would actually consider start digging a bunker. I would actually consider getting out of here. I don't know what, I don't know. Actually, I don't know what I would do. Actually, I'd be like, great, here we go. Here, inflation. Okay. We would just have to really figure out how about being super rich. That's what you have to just try to do. Just try to be super rich during a Democrat-led party so you can just not have to deal with them and not let them affect you at all. You know, inflation's going up. Be like, all right, that's okay. I got millions of dollars, you know. They're like, oh, they're forcing us with electric cars. That's okay. I got money, so I'll buy whatever. I'll build whatever. You know what I mean? You gotta get away. All right, here's another guy getting arrested by ICE. Look at this. This is fun, right? Just so he knows, it's the last time he's ever taken the trash out in America. Hey, we appreciate that, you know? But the thing is, which I'm a little disturbed about, that he puts it in the green bucket. Is he not recycling? I'm just kidding. Anyways, he gets detained by ICE right here, and it is over for him. Stepped out of North Miami home last week, take out the trash, unaware that it'll be the last time set up foot in his house. He tossed the white trash in the bag. In the bin, the man approached him. Moments later, Cuban national was detained by U.S. Immigration Customs Enforcement, all captured on a Ring security camera from his home. His wife, blah, 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 says she hasn't seen him since March 20th from the incident. According to her, Nunes Calaza, who was no criminal record, is now being held at a detention center in New Mexico. I say deporting illegal Democrat voters. That's all we're doing. That's all we're doing. Little do they know they are going to be. Listen, we're doing them a favor, folks, if you think about it. We don't want them to be brainwashed coming into this country. We want them to earn it. We want you to become an American and love America. Okay? We don't want you to just come in here, sneak in, do your little side business, don't drive with insurance, steal someone's social security number, and just keep getting by in America. That's not even the way of life here in America, okay? You do things right, you can have the dream. You can live freely, but you don't. You live in secrecy, okay? You're hiding all the time. Anyways, I'm surprised you fell for the camera trick, you know what I mean? They literally could tap into your camera and find exactly where you are, right? Anyways, he's gone. Is that good? We're getting rid of Democrat illegal voters. That's all I got to say, right? Anyways, I thought this was interesting. I used to live in LA, and this studio was like right down the street from me. And now Kanye West has took it over, and he literally is having parties over there and having swastika parties, actually.
This is what neighbors hear sometimes as late as 11 p.m. coming from this nondescript warehouse in East Hollywood. According to some neighbors, it's used by rapper Ye, also known as Kanye West.
They put up metal walls now. We don't really know what's going on.
But many can hear
Why should you know what's going on?
The noise coming from behind the gate, which they say is blaring on loudspeakers.
It sounds like there's like raves and concerts here in the weekends, and then in the weekdays there's been noises. There's been groups of men doing like push-ups and exercises over here, and you can hear music like blaring from the parking lot.
Is it a problem for the neighborhood?
It can be. I mean, it's noisy at night.
Last month, a flyer with Ye's name on it was circulated, seeking all male volunteers for a hooligan choir. In bold letters, it read, quote, "No fat people and must be comfortable wearing swastikas," and had this location listed. Police were also called out to the area, which is near Kingsley and Beverly, after a swastika was spray painted on the white walls of the building.
It's just across the street from the school, and I don't think kids should necessarily deal with that imagery, especially if they don't understand what those things mean. And
I'm sure he's okay with gay stuff in school, right? I'm sure.
Immediately made the correlation to Kanye, and Yeah, we also saw police there when we saw the swastika, so we knew it was being taken care of.
Ye has been accused of making anti-Semitic comments before, but it's not clear who was responsible for this incident. A hate crime report was taken.
Nobody cares. Mind your own business, right? Let him do what he wants to do. He's just trying to create attention for his music. Swastika or non-swastika, whatever. It's actually a good beat. I'm not condoning the song. I'm just saying it is a good beat. Just saying. Anyways, the Pentagon is set the June 6th deadline. Transgender personnel is supposed to exit the military. Here's some trannies talking about it.
So inclusion is a national security imperative. We fight today, and we are going to fight in the future using brain power. And if that brain, who's going to revolutionize the way we fight in space, we fight in cyber, just happens to be in a trans body, you should want them all serving alongside me.
Oh my God. It's over, folks. Goodbye, June 6th. Leave. All right, Diddy is about to speak tomorrow. Or not, well, the trial starts tomorrow. Opening statements start tomorrow. Here's Lady Gaga talking about her little incident with Diddy. She doesn't mention his name, but it's who she's talking about.
To me, take your clothes off. And I said no. And I left. And they told me they were going to burn all my music. And they didn't stop. They didn't stop asking me, and then I just froze and I just said to me, I don't even remember.
I'm sorry. I don't believe her. I don't believe her.
I understand this Me Too movement. I understand that some people feel really comfortable with this, and I do not. I do not ever want to face that person again.
She's an actress. She can't get a teardrop out of those eyes. Unbelievable. A lot of people. Let's see what they say. I don't believe her. Didn't she sacrifice Lena Mangaga to steal her identity? We've heard about that. Oh, please. She sold her soul. She's a Satan worshiper. We've seen that. A lot of her videos do love Satan in it. I saw this interview a long time ago. It was Diddy. It was the producers and labels, people working on her first album. You went to an orgy. What the F did you expect? If this was a party at Chuck E. Cheese, then I can sympathize. Listen, she sold her soul. Okay, they're talking. This is about her first album, and she was they were going to burn her music. I don't know why she didn't think, if she was so powerful and strong and knew that she was good, well, she could have just made more music. But I see the situation she's in now. Let's go to it, Chuck. The situation that Lady Gaga is in this, right? She's up and coming, and we've heard the story. There's a movie all about it. I think it's called something about Star or something like that. Anyways, she gets approached by some satanic guy, right? Says, hey, listen, we can make you a star. We can make your music blow up. La, 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 la. She loves it. Buys into it. It seems like she went to one of these Diddy parties. These are the people that are going to produce your album. Now they're like, oh, she's like, this is the chance. This is the one shot she's got, right? She's got to sell her soul. She signs dotted line, makes the album deal. And then they're like, take your clothes off, please. What? Yeah, we said take your clothes off. This is the sick, satanic thing that goes on in the music industry. We probably would have never heard of Lady Gaga if she did not take off her clothes and get gang raped. I kind of almost hope that she didn't take that deal. Then we would never have heard of her music, because I could care less about her music. But I'm just saying, she could have saved her soul, but she's in it for the long haul now. And now they are trying to pretend that they were victims, And maybe they are. They are victims. I mean, they are being brainwashed to be controlled so they could have a life of luxury, have their music out there for everyone to listen to, and then this is the toll they had to take. It's sad. So, for her sake, I feel sorry for her. I do kind of believe her, but she did sell her soul. What is the price of your soul? Is it everything? I mean, if someone came up to us and said, listen, Jess, we're going to put you on Fox News, right? Obviously, it should be, right? And they said, listen, come to this Diddy party, right? We're going to have a little party. We're going to talk about your show, blah, 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 blah. I get to the party, right? They're like, Jess, take off your clothes. I'd be like, no, we're fighting to the death. I have to. I'm not gonna take it. No, I'm not gonna do that sex crap. Nope, not for me. Sorry. I'll just keep producing it here. We're fine. Right, Chuck? Right? We pay your salary just fine. And speaking of salary and Chuck's salary and Jose's salary, we are losing funds very quickly. So if you haven't done so, please go to webersway.com/shop and check out our new drops that just dropped this past couple days, or yesterday, actually. We have the new Armor of God shirt. Literally, it's brand new. We obviously have the gold version of Armor of God, but now this is the black logo version. So there you go. Armor of God, black label, black logo. Why does this title say Armor of God fitted? Yeah, it needs to say black logo. Anyways, it is out. It's available. Check it out at webersway.com/shop. And also, we have the new God in Black logo with the Armor of God logo on the back. So it's a little slight, it's different. The back looks like the Armor of God logo, but the front has the God logo. So we love that. And it has Armor of God on the sleeve. But there you go, folks. Those are the two drops that just came out. And if you haven't done so, please check it out at webersway.com/shop. Also, the new Alpha shirt is doing very well. So if you haven't done so, get the new Alpha shirt. And yes, we are not affiliated with the Illuminati. Just saying. I know it's a triangle, but that's what we came up with the letter A. So sorry. Anyways, that pretty much. Let's see. Chuck, do we have anything else? I think we do. 9/11. Keeps popping up in the news again. Doesn't make any sense. Here's a 9/11 video that just makes you want to question it again.
How could Muhammad Atta's passport survive the fireball explosion that supposedly cremated him, fly out of his pocket, fly out of the incinerated plane, flutter to the ground into 2 feet of debris, and end up in readable condition in the hands of investigators, all within 48 hours? Why did 19 Muslim men even need passports on domestic flights? How were passports found but not the plane's voice recorders? Why did the hijackers need passports they would never use again after their suicide flights? And why were the 19 accused Muslims not under surveillance on 911 if they were so easy to identify? The conspicuous trail of planted evidence continued 3 weeks after the 911 attacks, when anthrax letters killed 5 people and were clearly worded to throw the blame on Muslims. Death to America, death to Israel, Allah is great. It has since been proven that the anthrax came from a U.S. Army lab and was never mailed by Muslims. There are no airport security videos of any of the 19 accused Muslims boarding any of the hijacked planes.
There you go. It's coming back. Will we find out the truth about 9/11? Be very interesting. It does happen. Other than that, guys, that is pretty much wraps up the show. We know what time it is. That's right. Who do we pray for? Let's pray for Timothy McVeigh. Ready? Here we go. Dear Heavenly Father, we pray for you today. We ask you, Lord, for this gentleman here to come out and tell the truth about the CIA and the FBI and how they were in cahoots with this Oklahoma bombing. We ask you, Lord, that Timothy McVeigh will tell everybody that he is really this other person, that he never died, that it was all a setup, and the truth comes out, Lord. So we just ask you to reach out to this gentleman. If he is truly Timothy McVeigh, we ask you to come out in secrecy and have him be protected to tell the truth about really what happened, Lord. So we just ask you to visit him, show your light, and give us the truth. We ask you this in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you. All right, folks. So that wraps up today's show. We will see you again, probably most likely tomorrow, unless the news is very slow, but we highly doubt it. Other than that, remember, Jesus is coming again. You know it. He's coming. You got to get right with him. See you later.
To do whatever